Cost of U.S. port strike seen at $500 million a day. Supply lines. First, I want to start by saying all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Hakwadash, double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty, the whole full elect, constantly enduring Shalom. It says cost of U.S. port strike seen at $500 million a day. Supply lines. This is dated April 10th, 2023. Bloomberg News. I'll read a little bit of this article. It says a slow motion train wreck. That's the image shipping analyst Lars Jensen conjured over the long weekend as talks between dock workers on the U.S. West Coast and their employers drag on, boosting concerns of another nationwide supply chain mess. Ever since the old contract failed to get renewed in the middle of 2022, the specter of labor distributions on the U.S. West Coast has been a constant risk factor. Jensen, the head of Vespucci Maritime, wrote in a linked post as the labor distributions in 2014 to 2015 showed it does not take long for a substantial queue of container vessels be built up outside of California. So there's delays dealing with supplies, the supply chain, and that goes back to a loss of money, and another reason for inflation because the things that are being shipped to these different parts of America, there are going to be delays on it. Okay, so let's go to another article that told us a little bit. This is a more recent article. This is from CNBC. It says Fort ILWU. It says for ILWU West Coast port deal to be union ratified. Here's what has to happen next. This is published Thursday, June 15th. It says the West Coast Port Management and International Longshore and Warehouse Union reached a tentative agreement with the help of Biden Acting Labor Secretary Julie Su. It says Warehouse Union reached a tentative agreement with the help of Biden Acting Labor Secretary Julie Su. The deal cools down what had been rising labor tensions that led to port delays and shutdowns in recent weeks, just as peak season for shipping begins. But the ILWU says that it will take months for the union rank and file to fully approve the labor agreement. So this has to be worked out with the laborers and the union as far as the payment for the work, for the labor, because inflation, of course the laborers is going to feel the pinch first, and not just in this union or this business, but all sorts of workers in business. The average Joe is going to feel the pinch. It says West Coast Port Management and the labor union representative port workers reached a tentative deal late on Wednesday after the intervention of California labor market pro Biden Acting Labor Secretary Julia Su in the negotiations in San Francisco, but it could be months before the full union votes to approve the deal. Tentative agreement was a welcome development after weeks of escalating tensions between workers and port management, result in delays in vessels servicing, and delays in vessel servicing mean a loss of money. Congestions at ports, in containers and out to trucking, as well as some port shutdowns. But the proposed laborers deal is a far way from being fully approved, according to the International Longshore Warehouse Union. While the Union statement on the deal was positive, it laid out a process that still has several steps to go before the deal moves ahead. All right, so this is basically out of the frying pan into the fire. There's always going to be something going on with this place. At this point, we're just watching this thing burn. Okay, we're watching this kingdom crumble, and like I read in the last article, they called it a slow motion train wreck. All right, so this place is going down in slow motion. This place is going down in slow motion. Okay, and if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, this is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. But when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And the people that can't see, which I want to say, we really told to the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. 2/3 of our people is not going to see this coming because why? They don't believe in the words of the Bible. They don't believe in the prophets, and ultimately they don't have the faith. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them. A lot of our people are going to die, they're going to burn, they're going to crash, right along with the so-called white man Esau and his kingdom, along with these heathens. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Going into the labor pains that a woman goes through at birth, her water breaks, and then was just unexpectedly, and then she has labor pains, which come and go. So America is basically going through labor pains. If it ain't one thing, it's the next, until ultimately it's destroyed. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. And this is what it's talking about. If you have, when I said the Spirit, if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, right? It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness. Who's not in darkness? The elect, the 1/3 of Israel. Okay? But 2/3, the majority of our people, they're going to be destroyed because they don't have the faith, nor do they have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? It just wasn't given to them. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, because we see this happening, we see it coming to pass. It's written in the scriptures. Alright? Which these words are faithful and true. It says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness. Meaning what? We're not of this world. This world is in darkness. This is 2 Peter 3:13. Straight to the point. It's not going to be a long lesson. It says, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. And this is what the elect is looking for. The ones that are awoke to the truth. Not 2/3 of Israel sleeping docile, don't know what's going on. Okay, but the elect that's calling upon the true names, the Most High, the Son, Yahweh, while Yahweh shine. It says, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and the new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's talking about the kingdom to come. After this kingdom, this wicked, defiled kingdom is destroyed. Everything here is temporal. Everything here is temporal. So in the kingdom to come, a lot of what you're seeing, like look at this chaos. Alright? This is not gonna happen in the kingdom. Okay? Where they stop the supply lines. So now you have the ports filled with containers of supplies and goods. So now there's going to be inflation, you know, and the people are going to perish. The people, it's just more inflictions upon the people. That's why scriptures say when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. All right, because in the kingdom, this is not going to happen. All right. One more scripture, and that'll be the end of the lesson. This is Isaiah 60:11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night. This is going into the kingdom of Israel, where the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, are going to rule. Start with the elect under the Most High, the Son, Yahweh Shai, in complete righteousness. All right. And it says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night. So there's not going to be any strikes in the kingdom. Okay, there's not going to be no cluttered ports. It's going to be a constant flow of whatever supplies it may be. Okay, and we're going to get the cream of the crop, the best of things. It says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles. So whether it's gold, silver, okay, slaves, cattle, wood, and it's going to be the best of things. All right, so it's going to be a continual flow. So it's not going to be no unemployment in the kingdom now. All right, everyone's going to be working. Everyone except for the nation of Israel, because at this point we're going to be as kings upon the earth. We're back in rulership. It says, and that their kings may be brought. So even these nations and their kings are going to be brought. All right, I mean, these nations are going to be in subjection. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So there you go, man. Let one of these nations try to pull a strike because they're unhappy with their pay cut. You know, you put to death. So what's going on in this kingdom is utterly confusion, and there's signs that this place is going to be destroyed soon. All willing. So with that, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hafadash. Ever honestly, apostles, bishops, and elders of Red Millstone. A salutation is the octave push this word in all saving honesty. Shalom.